So the poem is called Cemented, Unmoved. You know, I smell the stench of silence as I step out of the door. They used to be brimming streets, conjure emptiness. I look to where the mothers sell intestines, sheep heads, chicken feet, marinated in a sweet sauce, smoke quarreling with the wind. And as I look, my body retrieves trauma. It registers to me the 21 days are no fuss. Everywhere I go, every mouth is masked. I want to ask where to from here, but silence precedes my question. I go back home because everywhere I go, soldiers, law enforcement, the police parade the streets with rifles. We are told to hibernate, but it's not winter yet. The news relay to us that it is winter, but I see no brown leaves falling from the trees. No shriveled flowers. The soil is still moist. Somebody told me our bodies will moisturize this soil. Fear masks my dreams. But how? It's not winter yet. The wind relays to us again, reiterating, inculcating the restrictions. It is winter. The virus, howling from a distance, its proximity measured by the news. It is still far. No, somebody falls untimely. The virus howls from the next door, its proximity measured by deaths, by near deaths. In the news, government vomits regulations, restrictions. We are told to mask our dry mouths, sanitize our empty hands, distance ourselves. But here, in these concentration camps, inside these hellholes, townships, we die with every breath. Somebody screamed. These regulations are not for us. The restrictions do not apply to us. Ever since the new dispensation, here we have been silent. So what do we mask when our mouths have been victims of fear to speak against state atrocities, to speak against rape, to speak against our unfavorable conditions, transactional education, to and from empty hands? What do we mask? We cannot afford it. Remember that our people cannot even buy bread. They are told to sanitize, but they do not even afford water to wash their hands. Hygiene has always been expensive to us. Practice social distancing inside four-walled claustrophobic corrugated iron sheets. We sleep, eat, bathrooms are here. How do we distance ourselves from each other in one-bedroomed holes? Again, we are not considered. We are told to work from home when they know the internet fears sharing space with us, foreign to us, trained to fear black spaces. Again, we suffer in the peripheries of the economy. When I enter, depression greets me sitting on the sofa. I thought it was here for tea. It holds my body hostage, hijacks my dreams. When I check my emails, there is nothing but cancelled. France cancelled, China cancelled, Germany cancelled, another year, France cancelled. I watch my dreams decay like a dead body, decompose, draped in maggots. They will wrap them in a plastic bag. Nobody will sing for them. And because we are masked, I sing alone at the funeral of my dreams, knowing that my body will follow. Today, the good die young, Tembambuli lives. We cannot bury him. Poignant as it is, we accept. We, are, we have accepted the regulations, restrictions. But how does an unmoving body mourn? How do we mourn while frozen? We sing when one of us falls. We dance, reciting poems. We command the ground. But where? The virus put off lights in the theater, confirmed that the black walls will resemble our livelihood. We are doomed to starvation-laden times. Artists slumber in depression, no support from the government. The only thing we hear is that the coffers are dry, money has disappeared. How? Do not ask. Just wear your mask and sanitize. This is a global issue. We are issued fear, hunger, depression, and rage. We cannot riot because social distancing is more important than a hungry stomach. Some artists worked, fought to cement their dreams, but they find their bodies cemented in NAC offices. But how? We are told to keep quiet. We are on lockdown. Mask your mouth. Silence begets depression, anger, rage, riots. But how do we protest in a police state? Regulations are better than a dead body. Regulations are better than domestic violence. Regulations are better than a dying dead artist. Regulations are better than a hungry stomach. We, the government, have no plan. Just stay at home and wear your mask, sanitize, and practice social distancing. Beyond this mess, a fogged future. I see theater makers, dancers, painters, scriptwriters, filmmakers, DJs, musicians, poets, photographers creating magic from emptiness. They continue creating a whole from pieces of silence. The gap is a factory where collaborative methods are manufactured. They use depression as a way to ascend back to their dreams. I see them parade the streets carrying sanitizers and scripts as weapons to fight against the unknown, the unseen. They fear no more. They use the 1.5-meter distance to measure how much they love each other, how much they committed to their society, how much they care for the future of the country. They know very well that the heavens borrowed them breaths. Their bodies are temporary. So it is necessary for every breath to count, to have a purpose. So they collect whatever resources they have at their disposal to domesticate the economy. In virtual meetings, performances, we make means to build the new normal, unlearn the past, normalize the present. We have seen DJs keeping sanity in love scattered homes, families dancing on torn mats, banging on walls, every step carrying a prayer to stay alive. I've seen depression propelling theater makers to turn their homes into theaters, making virtual performances from cell phones. I've received phone calls from artists urging me to stay alive, to write more, recite more, direct more. We have seen the power of giving, of caring for each other in difficult times, of donating a chair, lights, floor mats, food, free classes to impart knowledge, giving whatever you have. Your presence creates meaning. I've seen institutions donate lights to keep the smoke rising. With all these limited resources, regulated facilities, we have vowed at these times of shortened breaths to stay alive and to follow our purpose, which is to create a united society.